Arsenal Fan TV. Chris, after the disappointment of the other night, it was good to get back to winning ways today.
Yeah, I think it was important today to just get back to basics. I mean, Wednesday night shocked the fans and the team, I think, so it was all about the result. And we did play some nice stuff at the end, but I actually want to address something about the whole Olivier Giroud thing. So I thought it was absolutely disgraceful how our fans booed him on Wednesday. I mean, first of all, booing generally, I think that's completely childish. I mean, we're grown adults at the end of the day, and we're acting like children at a Christmas pantomime. And just on the subject of booing your own players, that's pathetic. And
hold on, wait 1 second, right? Because I spoke to a guy about that same subject during the week, and he's like, "Listen, Robbie, I pay my money. I pay my money. If I come and I think someone's playing rubbish, miss 4 or 5 sitters, I want to boo. I boo."
Yeah, but firstly, this whole thing about Arsenal fans deserve better is absolutely a ridiculous notion, because at the end of the day we pay our money. It doesn't matter if it's £10 or £200. All we're entitled to is a seat and 90 minutes of football. No, everything else is a bonus.
That's true, but what the guy's saying, he goes, if I want to boo, if I think the guy's played rubbish and then he's been substituted and I say, yeah, boo, get off. What's wrong with that? I don't know, I'm just...
Okay, all right, I believe in expressing your feelings, so I'll address that. I think why are we making Giroud a scapegoat? He's made a scapegoat for every time we lose. Even if we lost 10-0 and defended like schoolboys, people would say it's Giroud's fault, and it's ludicrous. Okay, he had a shocker on Wednesday, and he missed some easy chances, but that was... The whole team had a shocker that night, and, you know, all great strikers miss chances. Even Henry in his pomp missed easy chances. And just generally about Giroud, he's so underrated by our own fans. And I think I would even go as far as to say he's one of the most underrated players in the Premiership. I mean, he's scored 50 goals quicker than Van Persie. Yeah, that's true. And that's without penalties. If he was our regular penalty taker, he probably could add another 20 to that. And I'm wondering to myself, why is he underrated? I think the only attribute that I can think of that makes him a non-fashionable striker is his lack of explosive pace. If I'm comparing him to the likes of Suarez and Aguero.
Do you think it's sometimes with Giroud, it's sort of his language style, he's sort of... Sometimes he might go over, and, you know, English fans, we know, English fans traditionally, we like players like, say, an Alexis or a Thomas Rosicky, who we see all action. That's just the way English fans are. Where his style, Ozil's style as well. English fans don't really like that. You know, like sort of laziness. Even when they're not being lazy, if you sort of got that style where you're being lazy, you better be really good, like a Thierry Henry, or you're going to get it.
I don't think he's lazy or that he goes down easily.
I'm not saying he's lazy, but sometimes he might come across that he is.
What I would agree with is he runs very ungracefully. Even you know, he doesn't look the best, really, and he's very slow. But he's got so many attributes that the likes of other top strikers do not have. For example, the abundance of headers he scores, his defensive duties, his ability to play up front on his own. And I just think the lack of pace isn't that much of a worry in my eyes anyway, because he fits into our system perfectly. We've got the likes of Walcott, Sanchez, Welbeck that provide pace, and so I don't think that's anything to worry about. And I just think booing our own players is not going to help anyway. So.
We're, next week's game, let me just ask you finally, I'm sure you'll be up there, Man United away.
Monday night.
Monday night is terrible.
Yeah.
But
could I have a lift up there? I don't fancy the coach.
What do you reckon?
Well, first we've got to get past QPR, so I mean that's going to be tough. London derby. The last 2 times we played there, it's been very tight. We've only won 1-0. Assuming we can get through that, Man United. You know what? I've gone up there so many times and been optimistic, and it's just a bad ground for us at the moment. No matter how bad their team is, even under Moyes we lost there. So I just think our players have got a mental block against them at the moment. So I really wouldn't like to say. I think we've got better attacking potential than them, but I worry about our defence. It's because I know we kept a clean sheet today, and I think we're good enough to keep clean sheets against the majority of Premiership teams. But in the big games, away from home, you need a solid, dependable back five, and the only player in our back five at the moment who I view as undroppable is Koscielny. The others are a bit iffy as far as I'm concerned in terms of how reliable they are. But you know, we've got to keep believing, and this is a massive game. So let's just get behind the team and stop booing people. All right.
And it was a little bit of panic stations at the back there at sometimes, but we need to close down more from the front with Ozil and Giroud. They need to run about a bit more, like rather than running around like Spotty Dog from the Wooden Tops. Right.
Now, look, what did you make of Gabriel's second game for him? Big call by Arsene Wenger, leaving out Mertesacker, Gabriel.